我是老王啊，现在要来继续实况刺客教条3，接续刚刚的进度。刚刚本来有实况，那因为那个接近吃晚餐的时间了，然后家人就刚好临时要我出去帮忙买点东西，我就匆匆忙忙的就结束了，太可惜了。所以刚好那时候是在玩第5章的序列5啊，第5章的最后一个章节。那本来是预计今天是想说是玩到他那个第6章开头的，就是把第5章玩完的。
Another one. Where in the bloody hell did she come from?
这边可能要从头玩了，因为记得刚刚有地方失败了。他那个应该可以吧？试试看好了。好像不行，我觉得从头开始好了。
Come on, lad, no time like the present. Double time, boy, it's time you learned. Take the helm. Come on, she won't bite. Half sail.
刚刚前一段
killer flies again. Do you feel it, lad?
前一段实况的时候，本来是还算蛮顺利的。
We'll find our guns and officers there. She's a nimble vessel, but the faster she goes, the more cumbersome she grows, and the firmer your hand needs to be. Enjoy this stretch of open water before we come upon those shallows. Call for full sail if you like. We need more speed. Full sail.
对，就是下午的时候了，那段实况本来是还算蛮顺利的。
Wind looks to be shifting. Stay alert, Connor. Gusty winds can be difficult to manage.
然后因为临时被家人叫去做事情，如果匆匆忙忙的情况下，有一些条件没达成，造成没有办法那个同步率100%。然后又刚好，然后那一段的就过去了，然后就存档了。
Now,
自动存档。
take us through these shallows. Careful not to run up on them. The sandbars will slow us down, but the rocks will put a hole through a hole. And if you want to make a quick tack, call for half sail. She's more maneuverable then.
对，那时候就是会被催促，然后没有达成那个条件，造成那个同步率的次要目标那边没有成功。
Hold your tack to keep your right of way.
现在就是从头 这个章节重新开始，就重新达成他的要求好了。
Keep her off the reef.
哎，撞到啊！对，为什么撞到？哎呀，是撞到前面那艘船，还是撞到旁边的？
Now, take us through these shallows. Careful not to run up on them. The sandbars will slow us down, but the rocks will put a hole through a hull. And if you want to make a quick tack, call for half sail. She's more maneuverable then.
没注意到啊，撞到了。
Mind those other
应该
vessels.
是
Hold your tack to keep your right of way.
右边的礁石吧，没注意到。
Mother Mary, watch it! We just fixed her off.
是吧？就这样，直直的这样撞上来。
Now, take us through these shallows. Careful not to run up on them. The sandbars will slow us down, but the rocks will put a hole through a hull. And if you want to make a quick tack, call for half sail. She's more maneuverable then. Reduce speed. I want everything.
应该是要先满航先
Mind those other vessels. Hold your tack to keep your right of way.
快速通过。 这边再切成半航的半帆的情况，会慢慢的移动。哎呀！看起来应该是刚刚撞到右边的那块石头。
Cottages. We're close. Let's fly full sail. Loosen to full sail.
加速移动。
No sail. Ease her off. Bring her to full stop. Drop anchor. We'll go ashore, buy our guns, and find our officers. Oh, hello, Miss Mandy. You're looking every bit as ravishing as I remember.
After all these years, you sail all the way to the vineyard to pay me compliments?
We are looking for David and Richard Clutterbuck.
Nice to see you, too.
Robert Faulkner. Where the hell you been?
Sorry for leaving like I did, lads, but where I was going, no one could know. You two working much?
No. Between contracts at the moment.
Well, we're looking for gunnery officers. What would you two say to working with me again?
We'd be for getting into a few more scraps.
Good show. The Aquila is a fine vessel. We're fitting all the guns as we speak.
Looks like your friend's about to catch a beating.
Where is Charles Lee?
I don't much care for your tone.
Hey, you don't want to be doing that, Biddle.
Bobby Faulkner turned to wet nursing. It's good you finally realize you're a shite sailor.
Whoa, 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 not in here, gentlemen. Better still, not at all. Bobby, take your friends and get out!
Let's go, boys. Our guns ought to be ready. Come on.
回到了原本应该的进度，你看，不理我。还有一个。
What the bloody hell was that about?
The older man is a Templar. Who was he with?
A Templar? The young buck was Nicholas Biddle. Nobody. Sails before the mast. Midshipman for the Crown.
Are the guns ready?
Aye, but we won't jump in over our heads. We'll find a suitable target and show you how they work. We've fitted her with a modest amount of guns to start, but rest assured there's ample room to add more should you feel the need. Reduce speed! Looks like a British frigate with half seas over. Should do nicely for a spot at target practice. Bring around broadside, and when all guns are on target, call fire.
Round shot for a start.
提示没出来。哎呀！
Well done, boy! Now, aim all guns at her bow and do as much damage as possible.
Some old powder in there.
Good! Now give the swivel guns a turn. More precise. Hit those old powder barrels and light up the sky.
Never gets old. Not bad for a spot, Captain.
You are a fast learner.
Provided something interests me.
Ah, getting a taste for the open sea, are we? We'll make a jet tar out of you yet. Now we should be getting back. The old man is like to have my hide for keeping you out so long.
提示都没出来。
Why is he shooting at us?
Destroying property of the crown, disturbing the king's peace, take your pick.
What do we...
Do.
Naught else but to fight back. Sink the bastard!
Use the swivels on him, Captain.
打中了。转不过去。
English frigate! Oh, BB Twattle's another one.
好，
Where in the
好，
bloody
刚刚
hell
的那
did
个
she come from?
地方，
Brace!
去。提示。没打中。啊，又要被打中。呀，炮弹你落的时间好快，现在有点 bug 的状态。右下角的那些，应该是炮弹显示炮弹铝落的那个条没有跑出来。我走了。
Carry on, sailor. Not bad for your first voyage, eh, boy? Now we best be getting back, or the old man'll have my guts for garters.
"达成了。刚好就第1章就结束了。一支运输队已经回到家园，获利65块，好少哦。
I got 'em! All of 'em! You get what I need, and I'll give 'em to you. Simple. You got a ship. Could find 'em all to boot.
Who is that man?
Him? Some old salt's always on about letters he's got from Captain Kidd. Nonsense, really, but he doesn't hurt no one, so I'll leave him be. Talk to him if you fancy, but be warned he'll chew your ear off. Anyway, the Aquila's here for you. If you should get a pang for the open sea, we'll be waiting. Now, I implore you to head up the hill before the old man comes out of retirement just for me.
Weeks. And not even a goodbye before you left.
3周，生气。
Sorry.
Well, what are you waiting for? Put them on. Once upon a time, we had a ceremony on such occasions. But I don't think either of us are really the type for that. You've your tools and training, your targets and goals. And now you have your title. Welcome to the Brotherhood, Connor.
获得奖杯，圣殿骑士哭泣之日，太棒了！终于进入正式的主角了，终于穿上了刺客服了。
Welcome back, Desmond. You'll be happy to hear there's actually good news for once.
Yeah?
I've managed to locate a power source, and it's relatively close by. Up for a trip to Manhattan?
Is it safe to leave? Abstergo's gotta be looking for us.
Obviously it's not safe. Can't exactly sit around here hoping to get lucky though, can we? We need that power source. Besides, I'm sure you can cook up some way to hide our movements.
Maybe. The Templars have access to all kinds of satellites and camera systems. We'll need to find a way to mask our digital signature. I can probably camouflage the van, too. But there's not much I can do for us.
That's an easy one.
突然进到了现代线。
Local utility companies have assured the public that they're completely prepared for the upcoming solar maximum. Disruptions to service are expected to be minimal.
If only they knew.
What's this?
A remote-operated camera. It'll provide us with a feed while you're on mission. This will let us talk to each other.
We're almost there, so listen up. The artifact is in an office penthouse in Lower Manhattan. At this time of night, direct infiltration is going to get you noticed. I think we're better off having you drop in from above.
What do you mean, above? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yep, read you just fine. Now why don't you power up the camera? I've got pictures. Running diagnostics. Perfect. I've got a nice, strong signal.
居然有现代献给我。 全都没有特别着重在这边。现在要干嘛？我过去，看来就只能爬这个梯子了。没有什么敌人之类的吗？这边没错吧？看起来就只有一本道这样。嘿，一本道。 过去了。
Seriously, Sean? Fuck you.
Fuck you. 哦，这边没错吧？嘿。哦哟，好嘞，看我要从这边爬，这个吧，超高的，好可怕。说实在，看着脚趾都麻了。这边没有路，就是这边往上爬吧。有电线。
Jesus.
Look on the bright side. No security to worry about.
And on the not so bright side, the slightest misstep means you're effectively paced.
Oh.
Shut up, Sean.
Wow. 很可怕。又是要从外围啊！我不掉下去了。嘿。说实在的，那些钢梁掉在这边，会掉下去吗
Almost there, Desmond. Once you reach the top of the lit-up crane, you should be high enough to make the jump.
Should?
It'll be fine.
Should.
Don't worry.
Well, you might want to worry a little. I'm pretty sure she was high when she was running the numbers.
Sean!
A joke. It was a joke. Or was it?
Ooh. 记得，男主角是说他因为在前几代体验了那个他的祖先们的一些过去的刺客生活，所以他现在学会了，就是在日常中他就会用他们的一些攀爬的技巧。
Jump when you're ready, but wait for my signal to open the chute. Timing's really important here. Too soon or too late, and you'll miss the building.
好啊，跳去哪？加 Q 不？然后嘞，
Now, open your chute now.
Open your chute.
That wasn't so bad.
So, you must be Desmond. Not exactly what I expected, but I guess your kind doesn't have many options these days.
Who are you?
Ask your father. Now give me that.
I don't think so.
Look, I'm not supposed to kill you, but the boss man didn't say anything about fucking you up. So you got to the counter.
坏人的老毛病是话多。获得奖杯，纵横交错的。在查看奖杯的时候，我有发现一些。
So who the hell is Daniel Cross?
Believe it or not, he used to be an assassin. The assassin, the way I've heard it told, but it turned out he was a sleeper agent for Abstergo, programmed to infiltrate and destroy the organization.
How did he know you were there? We could be compromised.
They must have caught me snooping inside their network and sent Cross to see what we were after. If they were aware of our current location, we'd know. Though, I will say this. It doesn't bode very well for future expeditions.
I've set up some cameras topside. If anyone shows up, we'll see it.
I'd suggest you go see about finding a socket for that power source. Or we can return to Connor if you prefer. All the artifacts in the world won't mean a thing without the key.
I know everyone thinks I'm being silly, but I can't shake the feeling we're being watched.
We are being watched. By Juno. Or some version of her.
Do you think it's a recording? Or is she a ghost? Or something else? Is she talking to us the way Minerva talked to Ezio?
No clue. I mean, who knows what else they were working on down here? There's still so many rooms we don't have access to.
But do you think she's like literally down here, waiting somewhere, still alive?
Still alive? That's mental. That means she'd be at least 75, 80,000 years old? No, powerful, yeah, but not that powerful.
They came down here looking for a way to survive. Maybe they found one. Was it weird seeing Cross?
What do you mean?
It's different for you. You don't know about what happened, I guess. For a long time, he was important to us. He was a different person.
Sean said he was a sleeper agent, like Lucy.
It was different. She made a choice, but Cross, if you read the files, Abstergo just... They did terrible things to him.
Rebecca?
You're lucky. We all are. We have people who care about us, who look out for us. He was all alone, and the people he thought he could trust, they used him.
Did you know him?
No, but I knew Hannah.
Who's that?
She tried to help him. She trusted him. Was it weird seeing Cross?
What do you mean?
It's different for you. You don't know about what happened, I guess.
走到比较亮的地
For a
方。
long time, he was important to us. He was a different person.
Sean said he was a sleeper agent, like Lucy.
It was different. She made a choice, but Cross, if you read the files, Abstergo just... They did terrible things to him.
Rebecca?
You're lucky. We all are. We have people who care about us, who look out for us. He was all alone, and the people he thought he could trust, they used him.
Did you know him?
No, but I knew Hannah.
Who's that?
She tried to help him. She trusted him. But there was a raid about a year ago. She stayed behind so the others could escape. Tried to reason with him, to see if she could fix things.
Well, what happened?
What do you think happened? He killed her. That's what he does. That's all he knows how to do. Sometimes it seems like that's all any of us know how to do.
Rebecca.
I just want to be alone right now.
OK。啊，实在是不想跟他老爸讲话。
Son, I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. You have to understand, I've never been very good at this. Never mind that we live rather extraordinary lives.
Yeah, I kinda liked my ordinary one.
You can't escape who you are, Desmond.
So I've noticed.
Look, it's silly for us to go back and forth like this. I admit, I did a shitty job raising you. I apologize, I'm sorry. But it's important you understand it didn't come from a bad place. You're my son. I love you.
Oh.
I guess I was so busy trying to make sure nothing bad happened, I didn't consider the consequences. Truce?
I can't believe it's taken me so long to ask, but... How's Mom? She's not...
No. Your mother is fine. We decided it was safer if we split up for this job.
Always assuming the worst.
For good reason.
Can I at least say hi to her?
I'm sorry, it's too risky. Maybe when we're done.
Right. When we're done. Have we ever tried to make peace with the Templars?
Throughout our history, there have been moments. Several, in fact. But it's impossible. There are existential differences, insurmountable. If there were to be unity, it wouldn't be a truce so much as a submission.
But knowing what's about to happen, wouldn't it make sense to try and talk to Vidic? Come to an arrangement, even if it's only temporary?
We'd all be so busy watching our backs, nothing would get accomplished. Imagine that. We're more productive at war.
Well, have we ever tried sending in someone? Doing to them what they did to us with Lucy? Or Cross?
We have, and it's never worked. We've sent people who were either too weak and found themselves turned, or too strong and were unable to carry out the charade.
I just feel like we all want the same thing.
We use the same words, but that's all they are, words. In the end, it all comes down to freedom. We seek it, they detest it. And so there's never an end to the fight. Not until one side is completely gone.
Is that even possible?
Probably not. Our two groups have existed in one form or another since, well, since forever. But things can be better than they are. And that's something.
Did you look for me, Dad? When I was gone?
Every day.
Come on.
I mean it. Every night I'd look, searching for your name or variations of it, hoping you'd slip up. Abstergo only found you first because they had better access. A few more days and it would have been me.
Well, I'm here now.
And I'm glad.
Oh.
Do you think Lucy regretted what she was doing?
I used to think I knew her well, but clearly that wasn't the case. So I really can't give you an honest answer.
She seems so sincere, though. Like she really wanted to make a difference.
Yes, well, when I first met him, I thought the same thing about Cross.
It just keeps happening over and over again.
What does?
Everything.
Don't get weird on me, Desmond.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry.
All right, then. You should think about getting back in the Animus. We've got to find that key.
好，马上要把他赶走。
We should probably get back to Connor.
哦，不要，话都还没讲完。
Ah, Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favor?
Maybe.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and I'm looking at going back at least 70,000 more.
Sure, I'd be up for it. It'd be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I think it would prove most enlightening. So this is how it started.
What are you up to?
Just brushing up on my American history. Well, I say history. They certainly teach you strange things in the States.
Like what?
Well, for all the talk of this being a revolutionary war, it was a civil one. Well, not that kind of civil. I mean, there was no America versus Britain. It was Brit on Brit action. And you can clearly see how the whole thing got started. One war gave birth to the other.
You mean the 7 Years' War?
Exactly. Seems the Crown overspent in its attempt to keep the French out. Wound up with a great deal of debt. Believing that the colonists should help to shoulder the burden, new taxes were created. It was a reasonable request, even if Parliament was rather, well, undiplomatic about it.
Well, it's not really fair to tax people for a war they didn't want any part of.
What? Didn't want any part of? Did you not notice George Washington with Edward Braddock? He was right there in the middle of it. So here you have the Crown spending who knows how much money to secure a place for the colonists to thrive, and then, when they ask for a little bit of help... Right, look, think of it this way. King George and the colonists, they all go out to dinner, right? And when the bill comes, George asks for them to kick in and pay their share. Fair enough. But keep in mind, he's been taking them out to dinner gratis for decades now. The colonists, oh no, they insist they only had a glass of water and a side salad. Never mind the table's full of half-eaten food and empty bottles of wine. Now, when the king points this out, what do the colonists do? Oh, they flip the table over and they storm out the restaurant. Probably intending to return later and burn it down.
You left out the part where the king pointed a gun at the colonists and asked them to cover dinner for everyone in the restaurant.
Right, yeah, interesting take. If he pulled out a gun, and I'm not sure he did, it would only have been after the 100th failed attempt at getting them to pay their fair share.
But how do you define someone's fair share?
Oh, well, with a war, apparently. I wonder how many other places like this exist.
There are dozens of them, all over the world.
And somehow no one's ever found one before us.
I don't think that's true.
Oh?
When I was at Abstergo, Vidic talked about silencing discoveries made by non-Templars. And I'm sure Abstergo has dug up plenty.
The things they must know.
Regretting throwing in with us?
No. Just looking forward to when we can finally trounce those bastards so I can dive into their archives. Oh, I think I found a lead on another power source. Later, Desmond. I'm in the middle of something very important right now. Just, that's a rule. Just follow that as a rule.
OK。他的对话也没了，看一下那个主任那边有没有话可以讲，可能会出现的地方，对吗？没有。上次在这边那个朱诺还有出现，好吧，看样子只能回去那个去找康纳。
Good luck, Desmond.
These are troubled times. The already uneasy alliance between the Crown and its subjects frays. And behind them both the Templars plot, pulling strings and moving pieces. History dictates they seek order through control. But how will they affect it here? Who supports them? And what conspiracies have they already spun? All these things I must determine. For only by knowing my enemy can I hope to stop them.
Connor! Spare a moment.
Of course.
Have a look.
What is it?
A Xingbao, or rope dart if you prefer. One of the many plans given to us by Xiao Yun to...
Sorry.
We'll have to work on this.
Ganondogo.
Yes, my friend.
What brings you here? Is the village all right?
For now.
What do you mean? What has happened?
Men came, claiming we had to leave. They said that the land was being sold, and that the Confederacy had consented. We sent an envoy, but they would not listen.
You must refuse!
We cannot oppose the Sachem, but you're right as well. We cannot give up our home.
Do you have a name? Do you know who is responsible?
He's called William Johnson.
Where is Johnson now?
In Boston, making preparations for the sale.
Sale? This is theft!
Connor, take care. These men are powerful.
What would you have me do? I made a promise to my people.
If you insist upon this course of action, seek out Sam Adams in Boston. You'll be able to help. What have you done?
When my people go to war, a hatchet is buried into a post to signify its start. When the threat is ended, the hatchet is removed.
You could have used a tree.
对啊。好，那就来，不想继续走到第6章，那我就先来把附近的一些支线任务，有些看可不可以找这些，试试看可不可以找到这些宝藏。在里面吧。大众百科全书。
Connor, it has occurred to me that the times we live in will be looked upon by future generations with a certain degree of scrutiny, no matter the outcome. With that in mind, I think it valuable to record the goings-on around the homestead. A true log of how people lived during this time of transition. Something to help color the portrait. What do you think?
When I find a moment, I will try.
Very good.
Very good. 然后嘞，没有，就这样。找一下那个守护门。右边的那个提示一直跳。
what do I owe this great honor, Captain?
The letters you speak of, what are they?
Oh, now you want to know. Captain Kidd's letters, boy. He hid a great treasure somewheres and sent letters to 4 of his crewmen along with a strange piece of leather. If you find the men, you'll find the scallywag. It's that easy, 'tis.
May I see them?
You might be a captain, but you're not too bright, are you? I'll barter with them. You give me some trinkets I like, and I'll give you a letter. Building my own treasure cache, see?
Trinkets? Like what? Where?
Use your imagination, Captain. There's interesting swag all over the frontier.
那基本上就是找这些东西吧。先去找一下，这应该是比较近，可能会比较方便找。哇，被抓害了！
要吗？
果然，这个比较好找。去跟他讲话。
What you got for me? Ah, you brought me some good pieces. That's worth a letter to be sure. Here you go, Captain.
I will be back for the rest.
Wow. 这有什么可以互动？这是看到追逐战。学校在干嘛？沉船的秘密。像还蛮多东西的。那我要怎么升级我的船只啊？这样，在这边有话可以讲。之后，想跟先去解这个任务。那比较近一点，没有办法。有马匹可以用，还有 球在那边。有什么对话可以听的？
You must be Connor. We've been raring to finally meet you. My name's Catherine, and this is Diana. We're the wives of those two blockheads who cut trees.
Nice to meet you. We've heard so much of you from the boys. Glad to finally put a face to the name.
The pleasure is mine.
We were just discussing how nice this bit of territory is, on a river with nobody upstream. I won't lie, Godfrey's letter had me a little worried, but now that we're here and settled, I must say I'm rather happy.
They had us on this plot north of Champlain that was a tangle of rock and bramble. Ugh, horrible place. It's a real treat to be able to walk up the hill and take in the ocean.
Your husbands must keep you busy.
Nothing we can't handle, Connor. The boys think they run the show, but the real bosses are right in front of you.
I do not doubt it.
奖励新战利品解锁。这里，瞬间移动跑到哪里去？ 山上啊，要怎么爬上去嘞？这棵树可以吗？上不去。 完成，嘿，就会可以解锁，但是要怎么爬上去啊？这边吗？看来是没有，看来不是这里。好像只能用快速传送的方式啊，路是在这吧？靠，这边啊，用快速传送的方式过去，算了，读取，找到就用传送。
What in God's name is going on around here? Anyone! Please! Please! Help me!
哎呀，被打了好几下。哎！我快死了，是吧？我没有。莫名其妙。人被丢到这边。
Thank you. Thank you.
还有长枪吗？不是吧？
I think so. Didn't do much to me aside from a good scare. Blackguards.
What did they want with you?
My purse, which was meager, and they decided to punish me for their trouble. Silly, really. My tools and equipment were worth a king's share to the right man. In any case, I had best get on my way. It's a long walk to the nearest inn. I thank you again for your kindness.
Have you no home?
Oh, well, I was a proud resident of Boston until recently, but I'm not a supporter of His Majesty, and, well, I was forced out of my woodshop and home by loyalists.
There are plenty around here who could use the services of a skilled craftsman, if you were looking for somewhere to settle.
Is that right? I may look into that.
"一瞬间传到这边，获得奖杯，家族的聚会。今天要被传送到这里。蓝丝，这里有一个。看到了。还有点时间再完成这个任务。这样不对。
hell? Can you help me?
Can you help me?
Are you all right?
What do you think?
How did this happen?
Poachers in the woods. I asked them to leave. This was their answer.
Come on. We need to get that arm looked at.
What if the men who did this?
They can wait. Your wound cannot. You be able to make it to the house?
Yes. I think the ball took only flesh.
And what is your name?
Miriam.
Do you live nearby?
I don't have a home per se. I took to the frontier when I was a young girl. I've made my life out here ever since. Living where the land makes it easiest.
Not a common choice for a woman of the colonies.
No, it's not. But truth be told, it was this, the convent or the brothels. I prefer the open air.
老人刚刚突然从门口走出来，穿越了门。
Kana, what are you doing?
Those poachers need to be stopped.
Saw the scabs from my hunting blind. Get to that, and you shouldn't have any trouble finding them.
Use the rope dart if you can. Get familiar with it.
生火能杀吗？那不行。把它的书架从上面跑看看，幸运的话就可以直接从上面暗杀。在目标的上方，跳个讯息，目标的上方，按住笔，三角暗杀他。按住三角并推左类比吊起你的目标。看起来很酷诶。所以它没有高速。它也不会动，就是在一个非常宽广的地方。 体有钱拿嘛，杀掉了。
William Johnson's opening up some of that Mohawk land he purchased for free hunting soon. Might be we make a good haul up there.
I hear Tell lumbering will be allowed to boot.
What does he want with the territory if not the game and timber?
Don't know. Don't much there neither. Feet skulking around these woods. Something don't feel right.
Feeling a bit guilty on account of that woman you put a hole in?
Nah. She had it coming.
What's she dressed like that for anyway? It's not natural.
我等他们走了，然后把另外一个吊起来。太远了。讲出最后一个道理。
Hey! Where are you, fellas? Shooting strangers in the forest, is that common hunting practice where you come from? No! Spare me! Go! Tell the friends you have left what happened here.
就这样把他放走啊？没问题吗？
Thank you, Achilles.
You are most welcome.
Why did those men attack you?
It's no secret this land is full with game. I spotted the trespassers en route to request permission to hunt here myself, and suggested they do the same.
The bounty of the forest is not mine to give. It is your right to hunt on this land, but I would appreciate you trading your surplus with the others.
Very well. I accept.
Oh, 解开了。沉默的烈士，你可以透过购买或打造跳太快。可是都没有人啊。庄园。巴纳，今天就先实况到这边了，先休息了。还是 没有还要没有要实况这一段，因为下午实况的时候，快要玩完的地方被家人打断了，然后家人要求帮忙买东西，然后中断。本来下午是预计是要，上面有人了，预计就是第5章玩完就好了。我觉得下来了，也不能讲话，吧？那就先放到这边。那再来，我就会找时间先把地图上的这些收集品先剪一剪。那些主线是会先留着，主线跟支线是会先留着。那跑地图的这个大概没什么人想要看吧，你就先把这些东西剪一剪就好了。就先这样，好了，拜拜。